In the second lesson of every unit, you will find the National Geographic Facts written text. It's a text inspired by National Geographic, not adapted from any article as such. It had to be for the level, appropriate for the level, so we took something like a photograph or a documentary, and we wrote the text about it. Students can read the text off the board or in their books, while they can also listen to the text.
Emperor penguins. Emperor penguins are amazing birds. They live in the Antarctic.
Once they listen to the text, they move on to the comprehension exercise. Here, they answer true or false questions. So, penguins are birds. Yes, they are. Penguins can swim. Okay, if it's in the book, it's correct. So I'll say everything is correct, and then I'll check it. Okay, I got some of them that were right. But I also now see a little button that contains a pencil and the text. If I press here, I will find the parts of the text that shows the answer for this question. Penguins are birds. Yes, emperor penguins are amazing birds. By clicking here, go back to the exercise. Penguins can swim. They can fly, but they're great swimmers. So we give instant feedback as well. Another drag and drop exercise. In the second lesson, there's always grammar as well, which can be done in the ways that we described before. Another drag and drop exercise. Now, there's listening again. Remember, you can view the tape script at any time by pressing the tape script button. Here we also have pronunciation exercises. In this case, is what did you notice about the red letters? That's in yellow, so there must be an answer. Yes, they are silent. And then students can practice by actually listening to the word
friend,
and then clicking on the letter they think is silent.
Listen.
Check. Sorry, you have to go on them. Let's say this. Check, and you see which answers were right or not. Now, one of the features of the course book is the fact that we have songs, 13 of them. And they're quite fun songs to listen to. Let's play the first one.
I'm a chick chick, I'm a penguin chick, you're a chick chick, you're a penguin chick. We are emperor penguins, and we go to the sea to eat. And we walk, walk, our penguin walk, yes we walk, walk, our funny walk.
If you really like the song, you have to get the course book so you can listen to it. Sorry, that was just a small sample. You notice that we use a karaoke style highlighting of the sentence for the students to follow the song. And you will notice that this is a fairly childish song. We chose that for the first unit. As the book progresses and the students mature, you will find more age-appropriate songs, for example, in the last unit. By clicking here, go back to the unit. In lesson 3, it's what we call the skills spread. So there's reading with comprehension, there's writing. You can see that in the third lesson there's also grammar, as is always the case with odd-numbered unit, unit 1, 3, and so on and so forth, which is not the case with even-numbered units, in which you will find more speaking practice in the third lesson. Apart from the units themselves, you will find reviews every 2 units. So, for example, in review 6, which comes at the end of the book, you will see that there are at least 3 exercises on vocabulary and at least 3 exercises on grammar. One of the vocabulary exercises is always based on stickers, which you will find at the back of the book. But students can also do them here. One of the fun exercises for the students, which can be even more fun with it. Every time you press the recycle button, it always starts from a different sticker. Also, the reviews feature one song. We're quite proud of the songs we have, actually. And Those of you who are Euro fans out there will probably know that that guy that won the last Eurovision, that Norwegian guy, read back something. Well, he said that he actually won the contest because his song had a story to tell. Funnily enough, the most memorable songs do have a story to tell, and this one does as well. I'll just demonstrate it briefly.
It was a dark, cloudy day on a street in London town. It was windy and cold, then the rain came down. I didn't have an umbrella, so I went into a shop. Suddenly I saw her, and I started to talk. This is really bad weather, look at me, I got wet. She gave me a smile that I will never forget. The most beautiful, friendly face looked at me. Me no talk but good English, me is French, you see. I said, no, let me tell you what you must say. I don't speak much English, I am French, okay? She didn't like our weather, it was the month of May. You have snow, rain, cloud, sun, all in one day. This is England, I said. And then the rain stopped. Do you feel like talking in a coffee shop? She said, yes, and we sat in a small cafe. And I became friends with Suzanne that day. Thank you, rainy weather, you brought us together. Beautiful Suzanne is my rainbow in the sky. English weather, because of you I met her. We're going to stay together, we will never say goodbye. Rainy weather, you brought us together.
As you can see, the songs have actually matured by the time the book finishes, moving from I'm a chick 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 to thank you rainy weather in this case. Last but by no means least, one of the main features of the World Wonders series, which is World Wonders 1 to 4, up to D class, is the National Geographic DVD worksheets. This works like an ordinary lesson, but it always leads to a project. And it also features a National Geographic documentary. I recently found out that most, if not all, of the National Geographic texts always start with a map. So this is going to be about Lopburi, which is a town near Bangkok in Thailand. Moving on to the next exercise, all the vocabulary that will be presented is more or less known to the students, because this comes after Unit 8. Still, we need to activate the vocabulary, so here's a short exercise. Banquet might be a new one for them, so we'll present it here. And then we start with the comprehension exercises. You can answer them, of course, until you press the move button.
In the town of Lopburi, Thailand, monkeys are everywhere and they can get into everything. The monkeys are very naughty. But the truth is, the people of Lopburi are not very worried about them. They know that the monkeys are a problem, but they also know that they are part of the problem.
Once they have watched the video, which is about 2.5 minutes, they can now do the exercises based on comprehension questions and some vocabulary as well as some grammar work that follows it. And that concludes the presentation for the interactive whiteboard itself. There will be another video that more or less explains how to install and how to completely customize the material you just watched. Thank you very much.